This guy is just unreal. How do you go from getting your back injured and your collarbone injured and you somehow get better? Explain that to me. Yo, what's up, everyone? My name is Jed. Welcome back to episode of MDK Racing Victory Stop. Yes, we're doing the Xfinity Series, recapping the final race of the Xfinity Series regular season. And I mean, it's Connor Zilich. Again, Connor Zilich just absolutely dominates once again, leading all but 39 laps to take home his 10th career Xfinity Series win, his 9th of 2025, becomes the third driver in Xfinity Series history to go 4 in a row. Sam Martin and Noah Gragson were the other two. And this is his 14th straight top 5 finish this season, which is a record in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And he's a rookie. Keep in mind, this is I'm pretty sure this is his first full year racing stock cars. I mean, this guy, and we'll get into him in a little bit. Let's first go over the results of from what happened here at Gateway. It was very exciting, but got pretty chaotic here near the end. So Connor Zilich is your race winner. Once again, no surprise. I mean, just God, that guy is just on another level. Yeah, Zilich wins once again in second place. Right behind him was William Sawalich. The last couple weeks put him some very strong finishes, 2 second place finishes, but unfortunately not enough. He needed to win if he wanted to have a shot at the playoffs, but he ran extremely well here tonight. Third is Christian Eckes from a top 10 starting position. Great run for him. Brandon Jones in fourth, and Jesse Love started 18th and drove his way up through the field. Great car he had tonight, comes home in fifth. Eric Almirola in sixth. Daniel Hemrick filling in that 11 ride in seventh. Parker Retzlaff, great run for him after starting 26th and eighth. Corey Day started 16th, ends up in ninth. Solid day for him. And Daniel Dye in the 10 finishes 10th. How about Matt DiBenedetto? Started 23rd, finishes 11th. Austin Hill, a quiet 12th place run for him. Anthony Alfredo, Brendan Poole, Jeremy Clements, a top 15, with Dean Thompson. Taylor Gray finishes in 17th after he was caught up in a crash late in the race. Ryan Ellis, LeVar Scott in his second career Xfinity Series start. Some other notables, you see Harrison Burton in 22nd. Nick Sanchez, after starting out in second place, had a good start early on but fell off and again was involved in a crash later on, finishes in 25th. Ryan Sieg, 27th. Justin Allgaier, we'll talk about him, finishes in 28th. Sheldon Creed, 30th. Sammy Smith, 33rd. He had brake issues all night. Sam Mayer, 35th. Jeb Burton, 36th. Carson Quaffle had engine issues, finishes 37th. And Jordan Anderson rounds out the 38 car field. Here's a look at the round of 12. This is what it looks like entering the NASCAR playoffs for the Xfinity Series at Bristol. Connor Zilich not only did he win the race, he also won the Xfinity Series regular season title, gets an extra 15 playoff points to his name. Look at that. Plus 59. We're talking about this kid nearly has a race above the cut line. That's how good he has been. He is up 29 points to the second guy behind him, Justin Allgaier. Third, Sam Mayer, plus 11. 48 points the difference between first and third. Absolutely unreal. Fourth is Jesse Love, plus a tie with Brandon Jones. Sammy Smith, plus 4. Nick Sanchez, plus 1. And Taylor Gray, the first one, currently holds the last transfer spot at the moment, tied with Carson Quaffle. Sheldon Creed, minus 2. Harrison Burton, minus 3. And Austin Hill, despite his 3 wins, him wrecking Eric Almirola and got suspended for that. That means all of his playoff points have been kaput, done out the window. However, starting at Bristol, I believe he can start to regain playoff points if I'm not mistaken, but he enters last, minus 5 below the cut line. So yeah, let's again talk about Connor Zilich. I mean, this guy is just on another level. Since he broke his back at Talladega, he had that one race where he had to stay on the sidelines. Kyle Larson filled in for him and won at Texas. Since he came back in Charlotte, 14 races, this guy has had an average finish of 1.9. His worst finish, 5th. I mean, people bring up Davey Allison's 1992 season, but I don't know, man. I know it's the Xfinity Series, but I've never seen it with a kid this young, this inexperienced with stock cars, have a back injury. I mean, dude freaking broke his collarbone, comes back 2 weeks later and wins again at Gateway. We're not counting Daytona. That is Parker Kligerman's win, but I mean, just like, I don't know, man. This guy needs to break a few more bones and he won't stop winning. I mean, guarantee if he breaks his leg, I mean, knock on wood, let's hope he doesn't do that, but if he breaks his leg, I feel like he's just going to come back and win again. I mean, that's how dominant this kid is. I mean, I don't understand, like, how a guy is this young and this damn good. I don't care if I'm glazing him or doing tricks on it. I don't care. You could call whatever you want it, but this guy is this kid, because I'm older than him, is just on a different level, and you have to respect that. We are witnessing, in my opinion, again, the best prospect to have never competed full-time in Xfinity in the Cup Series since Jeff Gordon. I would argue a bigger prospect than Kyle Larson. I know that's a hot take, but I haven't heard this much hype around Connor Zilisch since Jeff Gordon in a long time. Kyle Larson, it started to grow later into the 2014 season. When Kyle Larson debuted in 2013, he didn't surprise anyone. He didn't, make any, splash onto the scene. Granted, he was with Turner Scott Motorsports, wasn't with, it was a good team, but wasn't the best team, but didn't light up the world. Connor Zilisch is killing everybody. I mean, killing the defending champion and Justin Allgaier. Somehow, it's just on another level. But besides from Connor Zilisch, the race tonight, really good. We saw some great, awesome racing, some side-by-side, 3-wide battles, some really good racing. We saw the track get very wide. Drivers were able to make use of both ends of the racetrack and both lanes. You were able to make the bottom work, but you could also make that top lane work. But it was very fun, very exciting to watch, and I thought it was just an awesome, fun, aggressive race. Because there were some moments, you saw some drivers that got a bit antsy with each other, just close off drivers. It was like a very big short track. That's how usually Gateway has always raced. Like, it always raced like a very big short track, that it has that tight corners or that, long sweeping corner in turns 3 and 4, but has those fast straights. So it makes for a very odd, unusual event, but I thought it was very fun to watch. There were some big moments. Obviously, a big hot topic was who was going to make the NASCAR playoffs for the Xfinity Series. The Burtons were a hot topic. Harrison Burton had the last spot in. Jeb Burton, his cousin, was the first one out. And those two went after pretty hard. There were some good battles between those two. That ultimately got shut down when Jeb Burton had a tire go down with 50 laps to go and crashed into the outside wall a ton, similar to his teammate and boss Jordan Anderson, who also had a flat tire and crashed and brought up the first caution of the race earlier in the night. Now, yes, Connor Zilisch was the man, but it's not like nobody tried to contend. There were 3 drivers that had something. Let's first start off with Justin Allgaier. He was probably the closest to maybe taking Connor Zilisch off that pedestal. He led 28 laps, won stage 2, seemed to be the only car that could either A, keep up or beat Connor Zilisch. One thing you can't do in racing, don't beat yourself, and that's exactly what Justin Allgaier did. Stage 2 ended, won that stage, came on a pit road for pit stops, and was caught speeding, got sent to the back of the field, and was basically caught up in the hive's nest where he could not go anywhere. There was a couple times he made contact with a couple other drivers. And that ultimately, when you get caught up in the back of the pack, when you get caught with the squirrels, eventually you get your nuts cracked. And that's exactly what happened with Justin Allgaier. With 26 laps to go, Sheldon Creed got a horrible start, had no third gear. Corey Day hits him, and then Sam Mayer gets hit by the 41 or by the 00 car and goes into the outside wall, collects Taylor Gray, Dean Thompson, and of course, Justin Allgaier, and much more were involved in that last crash. And then we saw just a slew of cautions, some debris cautions, some more crashes that happened a little bit. It started to get a bit sloppy near the end, but that was that big defining moment that basically took out any shot of any driver basically contending for Connor Zilisch for the win, because Justin Allgaier was really the only driver, at least I think, that had a shot at beating Connor Zilisch. Jesse Love, he had a really good car. Started 18th, drove his way up to finish in the top 5. He had a good short run car. His car was very good on the short run. He was able to keep up with Connor Zilisch, but as we get longer and longer into the run, you start to see the two start to fall back. Eric Almirola, he had like an average running position of like 3.1 in the top 5 the entire night. And he was able to challenge with the 88 and the 7 car for a little bit, was able to be up there, make some good runs side-by-side battles, specifically with the 7 car in stage 2. But in the last few restarts, he just got chewed up and spun out on the restart, got hit every ends of the spectrum, and eventually fell back to settle for 5th place. But overall, it was a very good race, very fun race. I give this a 7 out of 10. Wasn't spectacular, wasn't amazing, but it was just a very good, very fun race. And glad to see Gateway back on the Xfinity Series schedule. It's been, 14, 15 years since we've seen the Xfinity Series last run here in St. Louis. So happy to see it back on the schedule, and I thought it was a great race, very fun. But Somebody's got to stop Connor Zilich, man, because that guy is too damn fast. But those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on this race? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow morning for MDK Race as we preview the Cup race for the NASCAR Cup Series, the second race of the NASCAR playoffs at St. Louis. So make sure y'all tune in for that. Until then, my name is Jett from MDK. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.